Welcome to the lecture series of signal system. In the previous lecture, what we have seen is any general signal, either it is continuous or discrete signal. If the signal is continuous, it can be represented in the form of combination of shifted impulses. Also, a discrete time system can be represented in the form of combination of shifted impulses as x t is equal to integration of tau is from minus infinite to plus infinite x tau delta t minus tau, where this x tau denotes the amplitude of the function at given arbitrary constant tau, and delta t minus tau is the shifted impulse function, whereas a discrete time signal can be represented as summation k from minus infinite to plus infinite xk del of n minus k. Same here, xk represents amplitude of the function at n is equal to k, and delta n minus k is the shifted impulse function. So, if the input given to a system, in the form of shifted impulses, input is in the form of shifted impulses, then output of the system also will be in the form of shifted impulse responses. If the input is in the form of shifted impulses, then output will be in the form of shifted impulse responses. By combining all these responses, we can find out the output of a system for any given input if the impulse response of the system is known to us. How? By convolving the input signal with the impulse response of the system. Suppose impulse response of the system is ht, and a general signal xt is given to this system, then output will be xt convolution with ht, which is equal to tau from minus infinite to plus infinite x of tau h of t minus tau d tau, which is called convolution of xt with impulse response ht. This is what we have seen in the LTI system till now. Now there are some specifications of LTI system as LTI system with and without memory. System without memory is called static system or instantaneous system. Static system or instantaneous system, and system with memory is called dynamic system. The definition is, if output of the system depends only on the present value of the input, then the system is known as static system. And if output of the system is dependent on past and future values of the input also, then the system is called dynamic system, because to depend if the output is dependent over past values of input, it means that the past values of the input should be stored to be processed. So to store the past values of the input, because system's output depends on the previous value of the input, so we have to store these values somewhere. To store these values we require memory. That's why these dynamic systems are also known as memory systems. And if output of the system is dependent only at the present input, we does not need any memory, and such type of systems are called memoryless systems. So for system for an for a LTI system to be memoryless means static, the impulse response of the system ht should be equal to 0 when t is not equal to 0. It means that the impulse response of the function will only exist at t equal to 0. Why impulse response will exist only at t equal to 0? Because delta t impulse function itself exists at only at t equal to 0. So if impulse exists only at t equal to 0, then impulse response will also exist only at t equal to 0, otherwise it will be 0. So to test an LTI system, whether it is a dynamic system or a static system, we have to check for its impulse response. If impulse response is 0 for all the non-zero values of t, then the system is called a static system, otherwise it is a dynamic system. And the static system, output of the static system can be written in the form of yt is equal to k times xt, which has impulse response is equal to ht is equal to k times delta t. And a continuous, as mentioned here, a continuous time LTI system has memory if ht is not equal to 0 for t is not equal to 0. Means if impulse response of the system gives any value when t is not equal to 0, then system will become a dynamic system or memory system. Next characteristic is causality of the LTI system. To check the causality, first of all, what is a causal system? If output of the system depends only either at the present or past values of input, means the system is non-anticipatory. It will not take future values of the input. It can take only present or past values of input. Such type of systems are called causal systems. So because delta t does not exist at t less than 0, delta t does not exist when t is not equal to 0, it means that the system's impulse response ht will be 0 for t is less than 0. So to test a causal system, LTI system to be causal, we have to check the impulse response of the system should be 0 for t less than 0 for a system being a causal system. And output of a causal LTI system for a non-causal input can be written as it is tau from minus infinite to infinite x of tau h of t minus tau d tau. Next, LTI system is stable if impulse response of the system is integrable over a period from minus infinite to plus infinite. So if the impulse response of the system can be integrated in the duration of minus infinite to plus infinite, then this system is called a stable system. What is the meaning of HT being integrable? It means that when the HT is integrated in the duration minus infinite to plus infinite, it should give any finite value. Then it will be called an integrable signal, and then this system will be a stable system. And invertibility of an LTI system can be tested if these two systems are cascaded. HT is the original system and there exists another system H1T, so that convolution of these two impulse responses gives impulse, because input here is a impulse function. So if the impulse convolution of these two impulse responses of the systems gives delta t, then this system is called an invertible system, otherwise it is non-invertible. So this is all for this lecture. In the next lecture we will discuss convolution for the continuous time signals and also some examples based on the convolution of two signals. Thank you.